question number 11 to question number 20. We are to solve this inequality, minus 1 over 4 less than 3 over 4 into 3x minus 2, then less than 1 over 2. When we take a look at you will see that this inequality is of 3 different expressions and is going to be of pair. Let's start with the first pairing. So we have minus 1 over 4 less than 3 over 4 into 3x minus 2. That's the first part. So okay, now how do we solve this first? Then after solving that, we can go for the second one. Let's see, the denominator here is 4 and 4, so we can actually do some cross multiplication, or you multiply through by the LCM of the denominator. And the LCM of 4 and 4 is 4. Then we multiply both sides by 4, by multiplying 4 into minus 1 over 4, then less than 4 into 3 over 4 to multiply 3x minus 2. Haven't done that, this we handle this, and this we handle this. So now left hand side we have minus 1 less than 3 into 3x minus 2. Okay, that is for our left hand side pairing. So let's simplify this and let's see what we have. 3 times 3x, we have 9x minus 6. Okay, taking minus 6 to this side, it will give us positive 6. Positive 6 less than 9x. So our left hand side, positive 6 plus minus 1, that will give us 5 less than 9x. So dividing both sides by 9 to obtain the value of x, we can see that this and this. So therefore 5 over 9 will be less than x. That is for our first pairing. And also second pairing this with this. So we have 3 over 4 into 3x minus 2 less than 1 over 2. Likewise, we can multiply both sides by the LCM of the denominator. And LCM of the denominators here, denominators are 2 and 4. So LCM there is 4. We can multiply through by 4. So we have 4 to multiply 3 over 4 into 3x minus 2 less than 4 to multiply 1 over 2. So this we handle this, we have 2 here, but 4 we cancel 4, we have 1. So we have 3 into 3x minus 2 less than 2 times 1, 2. So we write 2 there. So let's simplify this and solve for x. We have 9x minus 6 less than 2. So we can take the negative 6 to this side as usual. So we have 9x less than 2 plus 6. So we have 9x less than 2 plus 6 will give us 8. And of course, dividing both sides by 9, we are going to have x. This we handle this. We are going to have x less than 8 over 9. So if we want to combine this, of course, our options rather, we can see that they are both brought together. So if 5 over 9 is less than x, also x less than this, definitely we can combine these two and say 5 over 9 less than x, then less than 8 over 9. These are correct answer. So let's check option A. Option A is our correct answer. Question 12. Question 12 says we should simplify this. Before we go into that, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Please ensure you do, so that you can enjoy more of these beautiful contents. So you should simplify 3x minus p into a bracket minus x and minus r into another bracket r minus p. So let's just open the brackets one after the other. So we have 3x. Opening this is negative, it will be affecting everything there. This is minus, then turn to plus, because minus times this minus will give us plus. So likewise minus r plus p. The like times here, we have this and this, of course, they strike out, minus p plus p, and 3x and ordinary x. So we have 4x minus ordinary r. So our correct answer here is option C. Question 13. The arc of a circle of radius 7.5 centimeter is 7.5 centimeter long. So this is our center, and definitely these are radius 7.5 centimeter. Let's draw another radius here, 7.5. Okay, then we are now told that the length of an arc, this is an arc, and likewise this is an arc. Okay, but this is the minor arc and this is the major arc. So we are not told which one of the arc are we talking about, but so let's just go to minor arc. We are told that the minor arc, the length is 7.5. Then how do we obtain the angle that's sustained here? This is the angle that we are looking for, theta. Okay, now how do we do that? First thing that we are given is the length of the arc. What is the length of the arc? The length of the arc is very simple. The length of the arc is the distance along the circumference of a circle. It's from this point A to point B, and it is sustained by a particular angle, which is theta. So how do we do that? It's just a ratio. The length of an arc is a ratio on the circumference of a circle. So it's a part of circumference on a circle with the ratio of the angle, the theta, over 360, knowing fully well that the whole sum of angles in a circle is 360. Then multiply by, don't forget, the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. We have been given length to be 7.5. Let's substitute them. 7.5 is equal to the theta. You can use your calculator straight. You multiply 44 by 7.5, then times theta. That will give us 330 theta over, and then 360 times 7 to give us 2520. So okay, you can of course cross multiply to get the value of your theta. So it means 7.5 times 2520 is going to give us 330 theta. So from here, if you want to find the theta there, you can say divide both sides by 330. Then we can easily obtain our theta. Our theta will now be equal to, as this cancel this, so we have 7.5 times 2520, that is 18,900, divided by 330. So we have 57.272727, recurring like that. So we are told to express it correct to the nearest degree, and here the nearest degree is going to be 57 degrees, which is option B, 57 degrees. Question 14. Question 14 says water flows out of a pipe at the rate of 40 pi centimeter square per second into an empty cylinder container of base radius 4 centimeter. We have to find the height of water in the container after 4 seconds. After 4 seconds, we should know that if the water flows out at the rate of 40 pi centimeter square per second, Okay, so for 4 seconds, first thing, for 4 seconds, it means the water must have flew 4 times. 4 times. That will be 4 times the 40 pi centimeter square. That will be 40 pi centimeter square. So that will give us 160 pi centimeter square. That will be the total amount of flow that we have after 4 seconds. But the question is telling us that we should find the height of water in the container. Find the height of water in the container. The container is having a base radius 4 centimeters. So the cylindrical shape we are talking about, let's have something like this. So definitely the water here that will be here inside here will be of 160 pi centimeter square. However, that will not be square anymore, because that will be the volume of water inside this container. So therefore we can change this to centimeter cube. So if the volume of cylinder, of course, is pi r square h, definitely the volume given here is now 160. So we have 160 pi, okay, is equal to pi r, our radius 4, given radius 4 centimeter, and that will be 16, okay, times the h that we are looking for. So pi, we can easily cancel pi. Of course, we have in our left hand side, on our left hand side we have 160 and 16 h. Dividing both sides by 16 will undo 16, then our h will be 10 centimeter, which is the correct option A. Question number 15. Question number 15 says the dimension of water tank are 13 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and 70 centimeter. If they are filled, if it is half filled with water, calculate the volume of water in liter. Okay, first and foremost, the container is of a rectangular base container. Of course, it's a cuboid shape of container like this, and the dimension has been given as 13, 10, and 70. So therefore the volume of that, firstly, will be the length times width and times the height. Okay, so our length here, we are given it 13 by 10 by 70. So we have 13 by 10 and by 70, which will definitely give us 1100 cm cube. And we are told that it is half filled with water, which means half of this, and the half of this will give us 4550 cm cube. That is the volume of half filled. Okay, then we are now asked to calculate the volume of water in liter. Don't forget that 1000 centimeter cube is going to give us 1 liter, and definitely, so 4550 cm cube will give us 4550 divided by the 1 liter, and 1 liter is 1000 centimeter cube. So in doing so, of course, dividing this by 1000, decimal will shift 1, 2, 3 by 3 times, number of zeros there. So our answer there will be 4.55 liters, which is option A. Question 16. Question 16 says, if the total surface area of a solid hemisphere is equal to its volume, find the radius. Total surface area, these are the two things we need to consider: total surface area and the volume. So we are told that they are equal. So total surface area of solid hemisphere is given as total surface area of hemisphere is 3 pi r square, while the volume of hemisphere also 2 over 3 pi r cube. So which means these two formulas are equal. So we can say 3 pi r square is going to be equal to 2 over 3 pi r cube from both sides. Okay, without stressing ourselves, before we even substitute anything, if there is anything we need to substitute, of course we are not given any value to substitute. We are only asked to find the value of r. So from here we can see that this pi can strike out this pi, and 2r, we are going to have 1r left here, and we are left it on this left hand side. We have 3 is equal to 2 over 3 r. So by cross multiplying, we have 3, we multiply this 3, so we have 9 is equal to 2r. Hence, dividing both sides by 2, we are going to have our r to be 4.5, which is 4.5 centimeter. So our answer here is option B. Question 17 says, which of the following is true about parallelogram? The first option says the opposite angles are supplementary. Supplementary, 180. No, of course, that's not true. Option B, opposite angles are complementary. Complementary, that's 90 degrees. No, that's not true. Then the next option says opposite angles are equal. Yes, opposite angles are equal. Of course, this is correct. So the correct question number 18 reads, calculate the gradient and the slope of a line joining the 2 points together. And don't forget, gradient is calculated as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So where is our x1, where is our y1? These are x1 and these are y1. These are x2 and these are y2. So let's substitute it into this formula here. y2, which is minus 2. So you have minus 2 minus y1, which is 1, all over x2. Our x2 is 2. Yeah, x2 is 2. So we have 2 minus, and our x1 is minus 1. So that will be minus 1. So that will give us plus 1. So from the numerator, we have minus 3, give us minus 2, minus 1 will give us minus 3, and this denominator will give us 3. So reducing this, we are going to have negative 1. So our gradient is going to be negative 1. Option A. Question number 19. Question number 19 says, if P is a point with the coordinate 2, 3, and Q is another point with coordinates 2, 5, are points on a graph, we should calculate the length of PQ. This is distance between 2 points. And distance between 2 points is estimated as follows. We use D for that. The square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. So here we have our x1, y1, x2, y2. So we now substitute into this formula and get our value. So here we have the square root. Our x1 here is 2 and our x2 is 2. That will be 2 minus 2 all square, plus our y2 is 5 and our y1 is 3. So that will be 5 minus 3 all square. So here we have 0 plus 3 from 5 will give us 2. 2 square will give us 4. Okay, so definitely 4 from 0 you have root of 4, and our final answer there is 2 units, which is the correct option D. Question 20 says a bearing of 320 degrees, we are to express this as a compass bearing, and this is 3-digit bearing. We are to express it as compass bearing. So let's put it into diagram. Our 4 cardinal points, the north, south, east and west. Now let's move according to, we read like this. Of course, let's start. So the first here is going to be 90 degrees. Of course, don't forget that each of these quadrants is 90 degrees. So if it sum up, it's going to give us 360 degrees. So definitely from here to here is 90 gone. From here to here is another 90, 180. We are going to 320. So from here down here is already 180 degrees. Okay, from here, from 180 to plus another 90 is giving us 270. Okay, so 270, that is obtained. So definitely our 320 will be somewhere close to 360. These are 360. So we are drawing it not to the scale. So definitely this will be 320 that we are talking about. And if this is 320, the leftover here, of course, that will be 360 minus 320. That will give us 40 degrees. So what we have left here is going to be 40 degrees. So now we have to express it in compass bearing. And so definitely we have northwest. Okay, so these are possible values. These are possible answer that we have. You see these two, of course, they are wrong, because we are going to consider the direction at which this value is found. So these are the two possible that might be the correct answer, but let's check. But definitely what we have here is going to be 40 degrees northwest. 40 degrees northwest, which is our option B. That's the correct answer. Please, more of this solution to come. Keep watching for question number 21 down to the remaining ones. Thank you and bye for now.